It's 7 o'clock. We'll call the regular village board meeting to order. Everyone rise to say the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The clerk would please call the roll.
Marevka. Jones. March. Parker. Ham. Bowden.
Approval or corrections to the minutes of the October 8th, 2018 regular village board meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, a motion to accept as presented.
Motion.
Second. Motion by trustee Parker, seconded by trustee Jones.
Parker.
Yes.
Jones. March.
Yes.
And Marevka.
Yes.
Accounts payable and payroll pay period ending 9/6/18 in the amount of $42,430.20. Accounts payable general fund $42,901.35. Water and sewer fund $26,213.72, giving a total of all funds $69,115.07. Are there any questions on any of the bills? If not, a motion to pay the bills and the payroll.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Ham, seconded by trustee Parker.
Ham.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
March.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Marevka.
Yes.
Public comment and/or questions on any non-agenda item. If you could give your name for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Tom Mandarino, and hopefully this is the correct forum to address this question. But we were, my partner and I were looking at the building at 127 East Crawford, formerly a doctor's office and insurance. And what we were wondering is before we get into negotiating to purchase the property, if there's a possibility of a special use permit or special use zoning. What she was looking to do was the front of the house was previously a home, and so she would like to live there and then run the business out of the back where the doctor's office was. I understand there is some zoning that requires the home to be above the business. So it would require a special use zoning, if I understand that correctly. And in a nutshell, that's my question. Is that something that would be possible or no?
That is a B1. That is zone B1.
Yeah, it's B1 and residents in the B1 per our current ordinance has to be above, not on the same floor as the business.
Can they petition for a variance, or what would that be considered?
It'd probably be a special use.
Special use.
But it might even be, well, I guess the bigger question is, do you want somebody living on a lower floor? And this would be the front and the business in the back. And the other question I think you would have is, first of all, what's the business?
Right, and that was going to be
Printing embroidery company.
Embroidery companies?
screen printing and embroidery.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that is exactly, but what kind of machinery, anything?
Yeah, there would be embroidery machines, sewing machines.
So it's like on
Just
jackets
like a sewing machine.
and bags
Not
and
a-
stuff.
Well, they're
Not like a big press.
There's a big,
Yeah.
and we have those as the press as well.
It's a 6-head machine, so it is an industrial. It's not a Singer sewing machine.
Right.
It is a larger 6-head machine that runs 6 garments at a time.
Okay, now, I mean, we can make it work one way or another, but I guess the big question is, he's asking, would we allow that?
Would it be similar to having like somebody who has a business out of their house, like the hairdresser or the nail salon lady, or you know what I'm saying? Is it something similar to that?
Well, that's why I was trying to find out what they were going to do. I
Okay.
mean, it could be anything from, we're going to make machinery back there.
Right.
Right,
I'm not,
okay.
it is a B1 district. I don't know the exact location. You guys
It's at the corner. It's at the corner of Crawford and Railroad Street.
It's right
So
there.
behind is an alley, and along Railroad Street was the old Bennett's property, which is vacant.
Yeah, okay, I know that
directly.
property.
Okay, so
Yeah.
directly to
By
the
our lot?
yes. So our lot would be behind it, correct? We own the lot behind it,
Yep.
the village, and the property to the east of it.
But we own.
It's residential all the way down Crawford from that point forward.
Yeah.
All of the homes. So the front part of the house, or the front part of the building, which would be the house, would be along with other residential property.
Okay, well,
Would
you
you
got
be
a
able to
picture?
hear any noise from the street because of these sewing machines?
No,
It's pretty quiet.
yes. Yeah,
So
It
that
just
is
runs on a
B1?
regular.
It is B1.
We
It runs
rezoned
on a
that.
regular.
It's been B1 for, I don't know how
So it's
long.
not anything special.
Well, when Lowry put his office in there,
Yeah.
I think we had to rezone it.
What does that open us up for with other buildings in a B1 district if somebody wanted to live in the front of a building and have a business in the back or vice versa?
Well, again, it's, anytime you do it, it obviously opens it up to somebody else wanting to do the same thing and coming in. But each situation is unique, to a certain extent.
And I personally
So-
think the location of this structure, where it's at, lends itself to this use, because of the way that building is situated, where all the other residential property is currently located, that would fit right into that residential portion of it. Where the business is located, kind of fits into that more of a commercial area to the east.
How many employees?
Currently, just the two of us. We do wholesale. We would like to open it up for a limited amount of retail, use some of the office space in there to have a retail showroom and kind of expand the business. So ideally grow the business, but right now it's the two of us.
Where are you located right now?
I have a company out of Green Garden, out on Bruns Road, but that's, my office is in my home there. And then Tracy is looking for a home, so she's gonna have to make a decision. If she can't get a dual purpose, she'll have to run the business through my home and buy a home separately.
When you do something like this and you give them the special use for this particular thing, if it didn't pan out and she bought a house or
It
moved,
goes away, special use runs with them.
it goes away. So it's not like now so-and-so's going to come in and
It's tied strictly to them.
Yeah, I have to look at the ordinance. I think I looked at it, Steve.
We talked about this a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm remembering it. But, ultimately, we control the zoning and the zoning ordinances, and we can make it work. Obviously, it would go to the P and Z committee.
I'm thinking like you're thinking,
Right.
if there is a location that would work, that's probably it.
Right. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, and as I said, unique locations, unique buildings, or, something that's there and makes it different.
That's the
Oh,
front.
yeah, I see
That
it. I
faces-
know it.
Yeah.
I know it now, because I remember the lot behind, and also right to the east, it is, that was commercial or not commercial, that was
Industrial.
Industrial.
industrial property, so,
So I guess
doesn't,
from what I'm hearing from the board, I don't hear anybody having a strong objection to the concept, but it would have to go to planning and zoning.
Yeah.
So you would have to petition, planning and zoning for a special use. They would hold, their public hearing, and you'd have to pick up, the application for that at the village hall.
Okay.
Follow all of those procedures.
Any idea how long that process would run?
Yeah, it's a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on where we land in the schedule, of the P and Z meeting and all of the notifications that have to be done, because there's notification letters that have to be sent out as part of that process.
Right.
So
And,
say for me to bid on the property and just say in contingent of if we get this.
the special use.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, you're welcome, no
Good
problem.
luck.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine, no problem.
is this?
Yeah, that's her copy.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yep.
Thank you.
Might be NASA.
I recognized it myself.
Yeah. So reports of committees, engineers report.
Tell Steve I saw it.
The only thing I have is, I spoke to you about this on the phone about Aqua. now that the sale's gone through, they asked my company, Roberts Engineering, to pretty much give them all of our design documents, our plans, our CAD files for all the Peotone water and sewer improvements dating back to, I think, like 1987, just so they have a familiarity with the system. The more information they have, the better, to maintain and, build off of it. So we don't have a problem doing that, but we just want to make sure the village is okay with it, since it's the village property. We just wanted to make sure the village was okay with us doing that.
Is there any legal ramifications on there?
No, none. It is the village's property, and I've forgotten what we agreed to provide them in the sale agreement. It was a large number of documents.
Right.
Mike would know that more offhand than I did. I read through them all.
Sure.
But I wouldn't be surprised that we...
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with what's in that agreement with,
Right.
as far as...
So I guess what we'd have to do is review the agreement and see what that does not cover, and then, have them draft, maybe a formal request,
Yeah.
that we could
Yeah,
bring to the board.
but I would see no reason why that would not be a good idea.
Right.
They need to know.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes sense, but I just want to, and if that's the case, we just want a letter from the village saying, yes, go ahead and work with Aqua to, give them the documents.
Should it be written in that, and I doubt if it had ever happened, but we do have the option of buying back that water system, that if we ever did, we would get back all of our documents and any of their stuff from point of sale to that time. I mean, like the chances of it are
Right, right.
pretty slim, but it covers us.
Reasonable.
Okay. We'll do that.
Again, I'll look at it. But
Okay.
My guess is our agreement already provides...
Provides that.
Yeah, provides for returns if there's a buyback. We certainly wouldn't want that.
That's all I have.
All right. Very
How
good.
are the projects coming along? Any reports on progress in either Corning or Ratchy?
Yeah, they're just moving forward. I know in Rathje, I think their storm sewer work's almost done. They're excavating for the road. And on Route 50, I know they poured some curb on the east side. They're getting the base ready for Corning. So they're moving along.
Yeah, Ratchy looks like it's moving pretty good.
Yeah, they're
Is
moving
that-
pretty fast. So if we have good weather, I'm hoping they'll get the surface course down before winter. Would be great.
Troy, Craig Blanchett from Aqua was here. He said, you guys been meeting, or you're gonna have a meeting with some landowners as far as the easements?
Yeah, we've been working on the easements, and I know Aqua's to the point where they want to have a couple meetings, sit-downs with some of the landowners to go over things, and they want me to kind of facilitate them, and I think they wanted a few of them, or they wanted to have them here if it worked for the property owners. So I mentioned to Steve that we just have to let the village know, as long as the village doesn't have a problem with us meeting here.
Yep, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, Troy.
Yep.
Chief, anything? Okay. All right, no old business, we'll move on to new business. Item A, business registration, new owners, NVA Peotone Veterinary Management LLC, doing business as Peotone Animal Hospital, 431 Governor's Highway. I did actually speak to Dr. Jay Nadler today, just to kind of say what's going on. And he said basically what this is he's partnered with NVA. NVA is a larger company, and by doing so, it's just going to make running this business much easier. Everything is the same. All of the same doctors are there. He's still there. There's no changes. It's just a kind of a new reorganization, and that's why the new business registration was necessary. But Peotone Animal Hospital is continuing, as Peotone Animal Hospital with all the same doctors, same staff, and he's still, part of the business. So.
But these people own the business now.
Correct.
Yeah.
But they're partnered together.
Okay.
So a motion to approve the application for business registration.
I'll motion it.
Second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Marevka, seconded by trustee Jones.
Marevka?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
And Ham.
Yes.
Item B, special event permit application. Peotone American Legion requests permission for Gifts of the Yanks fundraiser at various locations in the village, November the 3rd, 2018, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is an annual event by the Legion to raise funds to purchase gifts for residents of the Mantino Veterans Home. So it's a real good cause, and yep, and they do a good job with it. So just, and this is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. It'd be, like I said, at various locations, post office, bank, and gas stations, throughout the village. Motion?
Motion it.
Second?
Second.
Motion by trustee Marevka, seconded by trustee March.
Marevka?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Jones?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Item C, discussion regarding village hall hours. At our last meeting, we had talked about the Tuesday hours, which we have had probably, I think, since like 2006, 2007, somewhere in there, where we had stayed open until 6:30 on Tuesday evenings. We had talked about whether or not it was worth staying open that extra hour and a half on Tuesday. The board had asked for a little bit of information as far as activity. So you have a list here. From September the 17th, there was one walk-in. September the 24th, no walk-ins, no calls. November the 1st, no walk-ins, one call. November the 8th, 2 walk-ins, 1 call. And November the 15th, 2 walk-ins and 1 call. Sorry, those are all October, not November. I'm a month ahead. And then we also talked about what other communities around us, what their hours are like. And if you look at the list, everybody, Beecher, Mantino Creek, Grant Park, Bradley, Bourbonnais, Manhattan, Momenson, and Frankfurt are all either open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 or 8 to 5. Momenson is from 7:30 to 4:30. Moni is the only village that has any kind of a Saturday hour type thing. Just with the no more water bills, coming into the village, and even then, that's really pretty much what the activity normally would have been, on a later Tuesday. It would be my recommendation, to the board, starting in November, that we just go to the 8 to 5 Monday through Friday hours.
What about for the village stickers? Is that when that?
And we had talked about that, if we want to maybe stay open a day or two, later.
Yeah.
At that time, we can publicize that.
Yeah. Is there any way that can be done online at all?
The village stickers?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't see how, because they have to physically pick the sticker up.
Yeah, they have to provide physically the information. Usually, they haven't done it online, but they, something.
Yeah.
Now, this is the second year of the village sticker program, so the massive registrations won't be till
Next year?
next year, whatever next year is. It'll be 2020.
2020. Right. So at that time, we can certainly look at having some expanded hours, for that purpose. Any other thoughts, discussion? If not,
One thing I would
yes, sir.
add is, that 4:30 to 6:30, especially, it's dark, and now it's darker.
Right.
So, all the years they've been there by themselves, not that it's, but they're by themselves after 4:30 or 5.
Right.
And I wouldn't recommend anything being by themselves. We try to watch out for them when we can see, but today's people are different than yesterday's.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I'd ask for a motion then to, beginning November 1st, we establish village hall hours as 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Jones, seconded by trustee Marevka.
Jones?
Yes.
Marevka?
Yes.
March?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Just a couple things that I mentioned at committee of the whole, and I'll mention again, just asking the residents to please not blow leaves into the street. Leaf pickup is currently going on. It's It's going to be delayed a little bit, and actually, we don't have a lot of leaves down right now, but we do have considerable brush down in town. So Public Works is working on getting all of the brush picked up and cleared. So if you have limbs or brush, place it on the curb, parallel, in the parkway, parallel to the curb. If you do have leaves, please place those in the parkway. Do not place them in the street, and don't blow your leaves into the street. Please do not burn leaves or any other kind of open burning in the village. That is illegal, and you cannot burn that type of stuff in your fire pits also. That is also illegal.
I have a question.
Yes.
And I don't know when to bring this up, but I had somebody approach me. She lives right down on Main Street near the stop sign.
Okay.
Down here. That's goes across, whatever. There's two vehicles that park where when you pull up to that stop sign, sometimes you can't see what's coming at you. And I know that on the north side of Main Street, there are no parking signs, so they can't park on that side of the street. But when you come to the stop sign that's going north, I say, I don't know what that street is. It's not this street, it's the next one. Is it
This one is third, that would be fourth.
Okay. Sometimes you can't see the traffic that's coming from 50. So I know she said that a couple of times she's almost gotten into accidents because she'll pull out because the two trucks in front are too close to the corner. They're parked like right by that corner, so it's hard to see.
So it's the corner of
4th and Main.
And they're parking on
this.
Main.
They're parking on Main Street, but they're facing east. So they're on this side of the road.
Ritzman's old house?
Yes. Well, no, not in front of her house, the house across. on the-
Nelsie's old house.
Yeah.
okay.
That's dating.
You really did it yourself.
How far back are those cars supposed to be from the sidewalk or the intersection, Bill, from the stop sign?
They have to be 30,
Because it's not
30
on the
feet
stop sign, it's from
the
that
stop
corner.
sign. The
So,
stop sign is not on Main Street. It's
Right,
Right.
it's on 4th Street.
Right.
Correct.
So they can't be parked on 4th near the stop sign?
No.
Is that where they're saying they're parked?
no, they're parked
On
on Main, but it's right in front of where the stop is. And then it's the corner and it's like right there, so
We
there's
can
two
look
of
at it,
them.
and if we need to get out the special paint,
Okay.
we could do that.
That's all she was asking, and I thought I would bring it up,
No,
so,
that's fine.
thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else for the board from the trustees? If not, I need a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of reviewing the executive session minutes for possible release and collective bargaining.
So moved.
Second?
A second.
Motion by trustee March, seconded by trustee Ham.
Yeah.
March.
Yes.
Ham.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Marevka.
Yes.
We will go into executive session.